Welcome to the recap of Pulp Cthulhu Blackheart Crucible, Session 3. Let me thank player and host, Juice at Master the Game, the brains behind the operation, Paula at Awkwardly Nerdy, and the rest of my players, Bill at RollStats, and the three musketeers, Jason, Josh, and Isaiah. We begin this session with Pablo Rivera, their escort, being shot and killed by a sniper. The players must deal with the sniper, two boats of rebels bearing down on them, and then Blake goes toe-to-toe with a shark. Somehow the players escape from that situation and make their way to the oil rig, which is currently under attack. At the top of the oil rig, they spot some sort of creature just below the surface. The players then get to the chopper and fly away. The players then make their way to an associate of Luther's, Shitty Carl. While at Shitty Carl's, Ethel runs into an old contact from the CIA, Captain Hook. Luther, is there anything you'd like to declare before this recap officially begins?
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Luther, scumbag.
Charge the boat on the left, honey. Head straight for him.
Brace for impact! And squats down and puts his head down between his legs, and he's holding on to anything around him.
Pull out the nade launcher and boom, try and hit the boat out in front of us.
You can see it impact the boat. There is an explosion. You hear some yelling. They will attempt to fire back at you.
Bob Dooley was probably going to kneel down on the front of the boat with that sniper rifle.
I'm driving.
Ethel was kind of laid out on the side, using the edge of the boat, to shoulder or to rest the weapon against.
I'll kind of be knelt down right in the prow.
Blake's just trying to get cover because he does not have a weapon that would be useful on waves, trying to shoot more than 5 feet in front of him. So, so he's just staying low, probably behind Luther, almost trying to use him as a meat shield without him knowing, without touching him.
Luther's 110 pounds soaking wet. He is not offering you any cover at all.
You can hear the automatic gunfire go off, but nobody has been injured.
Can I take a shot at the driver?
Squeeze off around, and the driver just falls backwards into the boat. The other boat is gaining, headed behind you.
So we're being chased by a boat too?
Yeah, so there were boats coming at us from each side. We turned to go towards one of them.
So if the boat behind us gets close enough, I'm going to do a cross body block, jumping back sideways, trying to land on someone on that boat.
Do I see the boat coming up behind us?
Yes, you do, yes.
Can I slam on the brakes and move slightly to the side so it blows past?
I mean,
in a boat?
Reverse. Well, you could throw it in reverse. That would slow you down pretty quick.
You slam it into reverse, moving. The other boat comes right up on you. They start to panic. They did not anticipate this maneuver. Blake, if you wish to jump onto that boat and tackle someone, you can. Extreme success, so she seemed to do this perfectly.
Actually,
so,
you know what? If it's this extreme success, you could probably be at the back of the boat, and when she slammed in reverse, it probably catapulted you into their boat.
It's all right.
Yeah, we'll give you a jump roll. We'll give you a bonus die since Bonnie gave you momentum.
I'm going to need that bonus. Yeah, that was way worse.
Okay, you land in the water?
Yeah.
Luther, throw Blake a life preserver. Billy Bob.
So when I do this, I jump out sideways, and it's right as he slammed on the brakes, which totally jacked me up, I feel. And I'm going to blame it on that till the day I die. But I basically belly flop right against a really hard wake mixed with some waves. And I'm sure later on when I take my shirt off, I'm going to be all bruised from it.
Blake, dude, what the hell are you doing? We could go swimming later, man. Now is not the time.
Billy Bob, keep focused on that gunman. I'm going to hit the other boat.
She's going to turn and rack a new round into the China Lake and try and hit the other boat.
The other boat is right next to you now.
Is it 2 meters? For I can land a nade. They're both 2 meters wide, right?
What's the arming range of it, though? I think it's...
I don't know. It doesn't have a...
It's 30 feet or something like that.
Yeah, it's
10 yards.
20 yards.
Just do it, Ethel. I love the smell of burning commies in the evening.
So how close are they?
Smells
Are they
like victory.
Are they right next to us?
Billy Bob, pull!
And she's gonna just pull a nade out of her purse, like one of the rounds for the China Lake out of her purse, and toss it in the air above their boat and see if Billy Bob can shoot it.
So you shoot it out of the sky. It explodes,
3D10.
throwing shrapnel and debris everywhere. You can hear one of them scream, and he collapses and falls into the water. The others have like hunkered down. Blake, give me a spot hidden roll. So as you are in the water swimming, you notice a dorsal fin. It's about 50 yards away.
Help!
Submarine!
Luther, where were you with that life preserver?
Luther, as you are looking for a life preserver, there happens to be 0.
Splashing everywhere.
You know what? Throw me your bra. That thing is so big that he could just like kind of whip it over his head, and it'll be used as a
I haven't worn one in years, honey.
Device.
Yeah, she's in a nightgown all the time. She didn't need one.
Gravity's been really good to you. Kudos to you, Ethel.
Luther, throw him that mooring line.
Okay, Luther scrambles around, looking around him, and looks at Billy Bob and says, "Okay, do what now, Bob? Billy, I don't. What the hell's a what?
The
What
big
the hell's
rope
a
they
mooring
tied the
line?"
boat up with at the pier. It's right over there.
Luther basically pulls his pockets out, like he literally pulls his pockets inside out, and he's like, I got 50 cents, a half a pack of gum, and a wet cigarette. What the hell are you talking about, Billy Bob? Is there any... Okay, so I understand that there is no life preserver or anything, right? But like Luther is kind of desperately looking around because he feels all these eyes upon him, and the pressure and the anxiety is just too much for him, and he really needs a fix right now. So he's trying desperately to appease these people. So like is there anything that could be used as, you know, a flotation device? So like a seat cover or anything that he could kind of throw.
If you dumped that cooler out, that thing would probably float.
Okay, so Luther literally dumps the cooler out onto the deck, takes note of the good import beer that fell out, and he's going to grab that in a second. But he whips the cooler over the side of the boat at Blake. Here you go, buddy!
Did you close the cooler before you threw it?
I did. Luther was smart enough to close the cooler before he lined it at your head.
You hear another gunshot that sounded similar to the one that took poor Pablo out. It strikes the motor on your boat, and there is a large boom. Everybody in the boat, give me a dex roll. So those of you who have failed, you fall into the water. All of you have taken 3 damage as you are scorched by some of the flames and the fire that has now begun on this boat.
The boat is on fire, actively on fire?
The back of the boat, yes. The whole motor exploded, and the back of the boat is on fire.
Luther grabs the import beers that he just, dumped onto the deck, and he starts cracking them, and he's like, shaking them up and pouring them on there. But while he's doing that, I haven't actually obviously taking a couple drinks, but he is trying to douse the flames with beer. It's not like heavy alcohol. It's not going to burn. It'll be fine. Smoke is getting in my eyes, and also I'm looking at Ethel in her wet T-shirt contest, wet nighty contest.
Blake, you see this dorsal fin move, and this shark comes out of the water and grabs a hold of one of the guys in the other boat that fell in, and in one chomp just takes him out. You notice about this shark that when it came out of the water, it was covered with black tendrils and sort of had these weird, it was covered almost like black moss, but it had black tendrils too. And it comes out of the water, and it also had spikes on the top of its head, and it comes down and just takes this guy in one chomp, boom, and hits the ground, hits the water, and goes under. So your boat is currently on fire, and the 2 other boats have been damaged.
Yeah, and our engine's not working, is it?
Okay, I got it. Yeah. It's okay, I got it. There's at least a 12-pack rolling around here. It's going to be good, Bonnie, but we're going to need a bigger boat.
Give me a handgun real fast here.
Luther Luther reaches into his waistline, and as he's kind of putting beer all over, he's like, here you go, and he hands her his pistol.
And I'm gonna shoot the driver of the boat that's closest to us.
You shoot this guy square in the chest as he looked like he gets panicked, like he's trying to turn the boat and get it away, and drops to the ground. The other two, one guy drops his weapon and they're trying to steer this boat away. The other boat that first showed up is beginning to turn, and they are scrambling, trying to just get the hell out of here.
Okay, because I'd like to try to get on that boat.
Breaststroke, honey. Breaststroke.
You're not a strong swimmer.
Was I
Ethel.
able to grab the cooler to float on it?
Yeah.
Okay, then while I'm holding on to this, I will, with my free hand, reach under my pant leg to pull this machete out in case this shark thing comes at me.
While she's treading water, she's gonna shoulder the China Lake with the strap, and then pull her 45 single action army out and try and hit the guys on the boat.
So you managed to shoot from the water your pistol, striking all 3 shots, hit them, and they both fall on each other. It appears that all 3 of them are dead except for the one guy who's still scrambling to get out of the boat.
That's right, you commie bastards.
So Luther will see the boat sort of going away. He'll unzip and start pissing on the fire while chugging a beer, and he's like, look guys, one main vein.
Best to running jump as I can and try and jump to the other boat.
If you want to make this use luck to make an extreme success, you would make the jump and hit the side of the boat. If you don't, you're going to land in the water. So you see Bonnie run, sprint, jump this incredible distance, and wham, hit the side of the boat. The one guy who was climbing in to try to get the boat, as soon as you hit it, he falls back in because you hit the boat so hard. He crashes back into the water.
I want to try to swim over to the one that's nearby. Obviously holding this cooler and kicking my legs like a kid.
Go ahead.
I'm going to push it.
Good. Push the roll. I like this. It's good stuff.
I rolled the exact same freaking percentage.
You start to sink as your flotation device has filled up with water, and you descend under the water. You see the shark seem to be making its way towards Ethel, but now there is an easier attack of opportunity.
I want to fight it as it gets close.
That's okay. You only take 5 damage as it chomps down on you. It just got a piece as you tried to fight it off with the machete. All you guys see is the dorsal fin just kind of come up.
Where I was.
Yeah.
Now we see a big old red cloud in the water where he is.
Hey guys,
Yes.
I'm no marine biologist, but that can't be good, right?
Well, you're still on the boat that's on fire.
Yes. Are they not coming back to the boat that's on?
Bonnie jumped over and is on the other boat, and she's getting the people out of the water.
Luther holds his nose and jumps over the side.
Okay.
I'll save you, Blake.
No, you just kind of hit the water, and you're kind of surprised by
how wet it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
The shark comes back around because that's what sharks do. Dodge, maneuver out of the way, or you can just try to hack at it with the machete.
I want to try and punch it in the face.
You managed to just clock this thing. Probably some maneuver that you have practiced in your days of wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Practicing for that underwater cage match.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a shoot punch.
This isn't fake, though.
Don't worry, Luther was swinging towards you.
I'm fumbling in my back pocket trying to pull my switchblade out in case the tentacled shark comes near.
Yeah, I'm going to punch it in the freaking mouth. I can use my luck, can't I?
Yes, you can.
Can I push it instead?
You always.
I just want to do that. I just want to do it. If it chunks me in half, that's cool.
If you push it and fail, there's a catastrophic.
I know. I think I'm due for a low roll. That's where. I'm
gotcha. Okay.
I am not good enough. I rolled 50%.
You take 8 points of damage, and the shark has you as it descends into the water.
I think we see a big bloom of red all around where you.
Oh, you do. It's bit me twice. One in one side of my ribs where it let go, and this time it has me on the other side of my ribs.
You gotta make a con roll, right? Or you go unconscious?
You could push that roll, sure.
Oh my god!
The shark goes down so far, you get the bends. And
I pushed it, and I'm dead. I rolled a 98%.
So yeah, in Spanish.
Who the hell are you, you commie bastard?
he starts to stand up and look around, and he starts to tell you that he belongs to the resistance group Nueva Realistas, the New Royalists. And as he goes to say something, you hear a gunshot, and his head explodes, and he collapses to the ground.
I have a talent called Resourceful, which reads, always seems to have what they need on hand, may spend 10 luck points rather than make a luck roll to find certain useful piece of equipment in their current location. Can I find a mini sub?
All right, so for 20
At
luck,
least me.
for 20, if you spend up 20 luck, they will have attached to this boat a tiny one-man mini sub which you can get in.
That's worth it. I'll do it. I'm going to save Blake and my mini sub.
So as you're looking for your sub, you see Blake come swimming up for air.
In Pulp Cthulhu, you must have at least 30 luck to avoid certain death.
And like just like a look of sheer terror on his face, pale white, and like as I'm gasping for air on the surface of the water, I'm like right next to the boat.
I thought you were gonna for sure.
Yeah, me too. Pull me
Ethel's
into the
gonna
boat.
throw him the
please.
rope. Yeah, Ethel's throwing him the rope that she has around her waist.
When you do, you can see I've got two like bites that take up over half of my stomach. Like the first bite comes way over onto like from my right side all the way through my left side, and the other bite comes from the left side all the way over to the right side, and it's just gushing blood.
Blake, are those new tribal tattoos, man? When did you get that ink? I haven't seen those before.
Pull the slugs out of a few 45 rounds, dump the powder in the wounds, and Zippo flash flyer his wounds closed. Just
Rambo style. Yeah.
Does he have any black tentacles on his body, like the shark had?
You don't notice any kind of black tendrils or anything. The IDs that you get off these guys, they are from Boca del Rio.
All I have is the auto injector, and it's supposed to be like monsters, and Blake loves monsters. I'm just going to go over and stick him with it.
Okay.
Guys, there was this one night like 2 years ago when I went on a 3-day bender. I swear I woke up in Boca del Rio with a donkey, 2 prostitutes, and and nothing but regret.
Yeah, so you hit him with this auto injector. Blake, you are wide ass awake now. You are fully restored to all your HP. You don't feel nothing. You feel great. You're jacked. You're ready to go.
See,
Doing the Hulk Hogan.
see, Blake, you see. I told you it was nice. Yeah, sure. Luther will look around he'll scrounge around. He's good at that, like, for weapons and things of value, and certainly drugs. So yeah.
You find some bandages, of course. They got like a little medical kit, bandages, and some gauze, and some disinfectant, and a little sheet of paper that's got pink elephants on it, and a pack of cigarettes.
Of the paper with the pink elephant on it, I'm gonna put it on the tip of my tongue and see what happens in about a half hour.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up to the top of the platform and see where Bonnie is. From there, we gotta try and get to the chopper as fast as we can before they notice us. All right, so Luther, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get inside the helicopter. You're gonna look for a switch labeled X1, X2, and X3, and then auxiliary start. Can you remember that?
X1, X2, X3, got it.
And auxiliary.
And auxiliary, got it. And he kind of writes it down on the inside of his wrist.
You're on the platform.
Yes.
You hear the scraping noise of probably the boat as it rubs up against one of the pylons that's in the water. Okay, so you are ascending this long ladder. You've heard a little bit of gunfire. You've heard the helicopter. Now you hear something. It sounds like the water beneath you is churning.
Is it the shark coming after me again?
Did I turn that boat off, or is it still trying to drive through the oil rig?
There's something coming out of the water. It is huge. You first see almost like a huge black claw coming out as some of the light from the oil rig hits it, and this huge mouth opens up.
Just nade launcher rounds straight down to the base of ladders.
Luther is firmly convinced this is just the acid kicking in.
Blake, see one of them pallets? Start pushing it towards the helicopter. Luther,
Perfect.
get to the chopper.
I push it towards the helicopter.
We're gonna stack up behind Blake, pushing the pallet.
Luther dashes for the chopper, kind of zigzagging and dodging the whole way. I'll look at my arm, which is smeared at this point from the sweat and the like, and he's like, X1, X2, something auxiliary, and he manages to remember, I got it, Ethel! I actually did something right!
Good job, honey!
Funny. You see somebody pop out of that building. Looks like they've got possibly a grenade or something in their hand, looking to throw it at your group that's pushing the pallet. You just blast them. They fall back into this room, and then there's you guys hear this explosion and glass goes flying as part of this building has now been destroyed. There's a few lights that are lighting up the oil rig. There's a couple localized fires now from the building that was blown up. And the one guy that was kind of, you noticed, who got dragged out, who was alive, and just kind of wandering aimlessly, probably in shock. You can see he has collapsed on the deck of the rig. Something is pulling him. Something is attached to his leg. It just looks like a long cord at this point.
How far away is it from the helicopter?
As you are flying away right now, 100 yards.
There'll be no way for me to do it, so nope. Nothing I can do for that guy.
Ethel's oblivious of this, but she's trying to get us away as fast as possible.
Leaving the burning oil rig in the distance.
Luther pulls his Whitesnake Slippery When Wet cassette out of his pocket and pops it into the cassette player that has to be in the dashboard for Boris.
Mancha, which is south of Laguna Verde Power Plant. Luther,
Shitty Carl, without question, he runs the best. He really runs the best smack this side of Nevada. There'll be a big neon sign that says Shitty Carl's. Yes, you can trust him, but don't call him Shitty Carl. He hates that.
Should have told me before I radio the tower with Shitty Carl.
So there's like a tiki hut and some fires, and there's some music playing. There's an open bar.
I walk straight up and say, 10 Red Bull right now, and throw in at least 4 Monsters.
You sure, man? You look like hell.
Yeah! I'm sure! Bring it on! Woo! Rounds of Red Bull and Monster for everyone.
5 years ago, he might have done some really bad, we had some bad smack, and it was basically cut with baby laxative, and he might have shit his pants, and so we started calling him Shitty Carl. It stuck.
So I will say, when you see Shitty Carl walk up, he is wearing like a bathrobe with some slippers that look really nice, like ones that he pulled from Blake's trash that he threw out the ones you pissed on.
Luther, are those my slippers? Are those what I threw out when you pissed on them?
You threw them out, man.
I don't care. He can have them, but what the hell?
Listen, Blake, man, by the way, I might owe Carl a little bit of money, right? We're just go along with it. Just say you're gonna pay it.
How much money?
Even if you don't have to.
No, hell no. You're an idiot. No. Nope, won't do it.
Maybe he likes those commemorative Star Trek gold coins.
How much money do you owe him, Luther?
It's not a lot. It's it was about a key, 12 grand, maybe 12 and a half. Okay, I was gonna get him the money. And then I got jumped, right? And I nearly lost my life. Somebody may or may not have turned him into the ATF, and he had to leave the country and set up shop on this shitty island out here.
You are looking at him. You see his eyes turn yellow, and he flicks his serpent tongue at you and puts it back in his mouth. He looks over at the helicopter. That might settle debt he owe.
No, we have to get the helicopter back to where we're supposed to go.
I got a deal for you, buddy, right? I happen to have in my possession right now a full sheet of pink elephant window pane. I'm going to hand this to you, right? And dude, you're gonna trip balls for months. I am gonna hand this over to you right now. Yours, free for the taking right now.
He sits in one of the chairs. Think about it.
A full sheet of window pane, pink elephant, and $1,000.
Offer him 3 SKSs as well. We have those.
And 3 fully
Authentic.
automatic rifles.
Authentic SKSs.
You're going to have to do better than that, Luther. Better than that.
We got gold, honey.
And Bonnie will take you in the back and show you a really good time.
Shitty Carl looks at Bonnie and then looks at Blake.
We also have 10 gold medallions.
Commemorative gold medallion.
Commemorative, Carl. Think about it. You could think about it.
The value's only going to go up.
It's like
Give me a couple minutes to think on it. So a person approaches you. Ethel comes over and hands you a vodka cranberry. Night sweats. Yes, so you recognize this person, codename Captain Hook.
Captain Hook, it's been some time.
What are you doing out here? Are you back working again?
Yeah, I'm working again.
Are you working
No,
contract?
I'm
You
not working for the
freelance?
CIA right now. I'm
Okay,
working for the
freelance.
You could say that.
It's kind of a hotbed for that group. Nuevas,
My
Realistas.
intel blew. They said there might be rebels, not that there's a shitload of rebels.
Who's giving you the intel?
UNSDA and the Department of Energy. It's kind of a joint up.
I'm not familiar with anything they're supposed to be doing. What are they doing down here?
Hell if I know. We were just supposed to go and get this helicopter and fly it back for maintenance.
Come on, Ethel.
I know
You're
there's got to
smarter
be
than
more
that.
to it.
There's more than that. You know that. Just trying to infiltrate the group down here. This guy's kind of a mover and shaker. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, we're trying to get some fuel. We're just about empty.
Where are you going? I can give you a lift.
Well, we got to get the chopper back. We got to get back to Nevada.
Nevada?
That's a long flight.
What the
Once
hell are
we
you
get
working in
friendly-
Nevada for?
It's a long story, honey.
I can help you out now. I'll give you a lift. I'll get you and your group back to wherever you need to.
Got to get the helicopter back.
I don't know. You want me to tell me where it is? I'll get it back. I got a couple people that can fly it. They'll fly it back to where it needs to go. You don't have to mess with it.
I'd rather stick personal on this one, honey.
I don't want to see you get hurt. Okay? I don't want to see you get mixed up in something you don't need to be mixed up in.
Don't
Especially
worry,
you're
honey.
out here.
I can
You're.
handle myself.
I know you can handle yourself.
Barney suddenly appearing next to him and the racking of an MP5 sliding into place.
Look,
Is that a
honey,
problem,
you're making my
Grandma?
people
this-
jumpy.
Fuel, and you can give me the name of who this contractor is.
Can't do that, honey. You owe me one anyways from back down in Cuba.
Does the name Pablo Rivera ring a bell?
And what if it did?
You know what he's been up to?
Please say drugs. Please say drugs.
If you got something to trade for that little bit of information, I may or may not know something about Pablo Rivera and his current status.
How much fuel you need?
We're on E right now.
I'll fill you up.
He's dead.
You take him out?
No, got taken out by a sniper. Hell of a shot, too. He made the shot out on open water on a buoy. That kind of shit Jackson used to pull.
Well, I guess I don't need to be tailing him anymore since he's dead. Do you have anything to say? Anything worth repeating?
Didn't give us much info. He was about to start talking, and then bang. I don't know
Finally
how
here.
well our new agencies are going to be elbow rubbing, so I can't talk too much, until I know how much your agencies work with ours.
You remember
Ethel's-
back in the day, Ethel, right? You remember the problems we used to have with that group? They called themselves the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Kind of worked above us.
Mhm.
Did what the hell they wanted to, had those little flashy things and flashed everybody. Well, there's a rumor going around they're back in action. They've been reforming the group, and they're trouble. You know they're trouble.
They were back in the day, but something always told me they had a bigger picture, something real important.
Yeah, that's what they all say. The bigger picture belongs to us, and you know damn well it does. You get any information, you pass it along to me. Carl steps out of the helicopter after he's contemplated your offer and looks around and strips off his clothes, and he's like, the lava cannot stop me. And he runs and jumps into the pool and splashes down. And as you look into the helicopter, you realize he's down the whole sheet.